Great question. And so to supplement for some of that, I had my portfolio of projects, but from my PhD, I tried to highlight the courses that I'd done that were relevant to data science. I also highlighted just the metrics around my PhD that, hey, I have like maybe X published papers, or, I had co-created a new method for analysis in as part of my PhD. So sort of highlighting what was new in that and why it was important to create that method. You can also talk about maybe if you were writing grants and obtaining grants worth like X dollars, you can talk about that process or of mentoring other people, because those all become important in your job too.
Yeah. Okay, so we got another question from Janet. She asked, how much time do you devote to continue learning? Is it on the clock, off, or both?
Great question, Janet. So I think both. I got lucky because Amazon has an internal university where you could take a few courses. So I took some advanced natural language processing courses, and you can talk to your manager to have some time off to learn that. Apart from that, when I was in Zulili, we used to have some training budget, so we could buy books and we can do different trainings to do that. But yes, it does take a little bit of time out of work too, just because I am really new in the field and I feel like the next 5 or 6 years is going to be a lot more just learning.
Yeah, I can chime in with that question too. Like at Zillow, I'm actually on this study group. We are learning this book. Actually, can show you guys right now because I'm on my work desk. It's trustworthy online control experiment. So we have my coworker organizes a study group. So every week we read this chapter together, and one of us will lead a discussion talk. It's actually going really well. This is the second time we have been doing this. So I definitely feel I benefit a lot from doing this. Like if you want to learn any topic, like definitely start a group in your company. I bet you are going to find a lot of folks like join you. Okay. Um, I see a question from Shama. She asked, what would be some good courses, bootcamp options to start in data science or people who don't have background in computer science or data science?
Yeah, Sylvie, just a question. Did we want to keep answering some questions, or since we already have a Q&A at the end of it?
Yeah, I was actually going to add that. So it seems like a lot of those questions are pretty general. We can like, if we have any specific questions we feel like we want to ask Shushi, maybe we can ask now. Otherwise, maybe we can put those off and answer them all together in the end. Does that work for you guys? Okay. Yeah, maybe just like let us finish this one. We just answer like 3 or 4 questions after each session. That's very more related with your talk. Yeah. Okay. I guess I didn't make it clear. Like, do you want to say something to this question so we can like move?
Oh, which one? The good courses and bootcamps?
Yeah, the good courses.
Yeah, I feel like there are, if you're doing a bootcamp, that might be just enough for you to cover all your bases. For good courses, there are a few things around A/B testing that I took. One that's from Google. I don't remember whether it was Udemy or something else. That really helped me understand A/B testing, which I wouldn't have in an academic setting, and then kind of talk about it during all of my interviews, because they would ask me a lot of statistics based questions, but then at the end they really wanted to get to A/B testing. So really knowing where that statistic concept was being applied in the industry was super important.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for answer those questions, and let's like let's just move on to the next speaker and like get back to those questions later. Okay. So let me share my screen again. Okay, I'm still. Um, okay. Okay, so our next speaker is Yayun Jin. She's from Microsoft. Her topic is about what I learned after transitioning from academia to industry in 18 months. So Yayun is a data and applied scientist at Microsoft. Before joining Microsoft, she obtained her PhD in industry engineering and operational research from NC State University. She also shares her LinkedIn profile here. She writes actually on media, and she even has a weblog on YouTube. Oh, whoops. Her talk abstract is this: Are you a PhD graduate who doesn't feel ready to start your career in industry? Are you an early in career professional who feels frustrated a lot at work? In this talk, I will share the lessons I learned in my career journey and may help with the struggles you are experiencing now. Yeah, awesome. I will let Yayun share her screen and host the talk.
Yeah, it sounds good. Can you folks hear me good?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for the introduction, Sophia. Let me share my screen now. It said host disabled participant screen sharing. Can you make me to be like a co-host or something?
I thought I made you guys all co-host. Maybe I forgot about you.
No worries. Yeah.
Is it working?
Let me try again. Oh yeah, I think this time works.
Okay.
I think the screen too. Okay, share. Letting me know when you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let me. Okay. Let me make this to be like a display slideshow mode. Are you seeing like the slideshow or are you seeing like the presenter?
It's like active is anime.
Oh, really? Okay. I think because I use the.
Is it? Sorry, no. It's I guess it's not. It's like I can see the slide is static.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Sorry, bear me a little bit. I want to turn off the. Anyways, okay. So let me do this. Okay, I think that's better. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for having me here. I resonate a lot when Arush is talking about like self-advocacy. That's super, super important for everyone, like especially for young professionals who just get into industry. And sometimes we are shy to show ourselves, like we are shy to talk about like promotions. And those are super, super important. And I also want to echo Arushi on like imposter syndrome as well. As like I think imposter syndrome is quite common for like people who just transition from like a PhD background to industry. So yeah, and thank you so much for having me here again. And I'm honored to be here to share my experience and have this opportunity to hear from other panelists as well and audience. I'm going to share a little bit about myself, what I did in my last year of my PhD to prepare for the transition from academia to industry. And then I will share the lessons I learned from my 20 months work experience. So a little bit about myself. I got my bachelor in physics in June 2015. And then I came to the United States to pursue my PhD in industrial engineering and operations research and got my degree in July 2019. Immediately after graduation, I joined Microsoft as a data and applied scientist. So I have been working at there for more than 18 months, around like 20 months. So that's my experience. And you can see actually there are two transitions here. One transition is from bachelor in physics to a major, an engineering major. And the second transition is from an engineering major to data science. So today I'm going to focus on the second transition. However, like it seems like a transition, but this transition is actually not a big change in my life or in my career. In my opinion, it's more like a natural choice and evolution for me For example, there are lots of algorithms, there are lots of like similarities between the algorithms in operations research and machine learning. And some of the skill sets are transferable. However, when I'm doing my interviews, not all the interviewers knew it. So I need to prove to them that my skills are transferable, and I need to explain those like in a way that they can understand. In the last year of my PhD, I did the following preparations to help me get ready for a job in data science. So first of all, do the research. This is very important, like because like you need to understand like what type of data science you are interested in. There are so many like different areas like in data science. Like for example, are you interested in something like self-driving cars, those type of applications? Are you more into like theory, or are you more into applications? Are you interested in like natural language processing, or you are interested in like some other machine learning algorithms? And there are so many different type of data science jobs on the market. So you need to do your research and to understand more about like where your interests are. And next is to connect people with people in industry. So definitely need to connect with alumni who graduated from the same program as you, and you can connect with them to ask for advice. And also connect with people like professionals who are active on LinkedIn. From my experience, I found out that people who are active on LinkedIn are usually more likely to help you as well. So for example, I think actually Arushi and myself connected on LinkedIn, and we have a chat like before. And later on, I think Arushi told Sophia that I may be interested to give a talk in this panel. So by that way, we all connected together. So this world is like a virtual world now, especially during the COVID. So find more people on LinkedIn, connected with people, and be sincere when making connections there and get in touch with each other. So that's very important. And actually there are like lots of tips that I want to say about like how to connect with people. So, but like time is limited. So I will just like touch on one thing that I think is very important, which is ask specific questions. That is very important to get feedback if you want to get reply from people who you don't know, but you just like send some cold emails or send some cold messages on LinkedIn. Be sure that you ask like specific questions. There's some reasons. One reason is that when you ask specific questions, like the person you ask question can be able to answer. Sometimes like when I receive some like messages from other people looking for help, they ask me questions like very general question, like for example, how to find a job in the data science area. I really don't know where to start, talk about that. So make sure do your research first and then ask specific questions. By that way, you will definitely increase the probability to get feedback from people. Next one I did was making a study plan. So based on the research I did, based on the information I got from the connections, I made a study plan about like what knowledge I need to get, like where the gap is if I want to find a job here.